this point, it's all very quiet, but in towards middle we go. May just defend from the toolbox.
He's got the angle, he's got support as well. Off to his left side, you've got Zipix. Dupree wants up inside of the window. That gives them 3 players to peek to shut them down. Narrow choke point. JKS has to identify that the window's occupied and try and take the stairs behind them, but Zipix, he's running out of bullets, and Gratisfaction is finding satisfaction in the shot in return. JKS still down below. I'm surprised he didn't try and get up the stairs faster, but he does have the post plant and he can hold the flank, and that's exactly, whoa, uh-oh, what was happening? Device, he gets there. Thankfully, the bomb doesn't fall off the ledge and go down to Device's position, because that would have been even more difficult for Gratisfaction to try and work back. He can distract window. Az is gonna rotate back through aircon. And Grat, gone, but it gets information. They're both peeking from catwalk, one at quad, one towards snacks. Az has already made his reveal, but he needs headshots. Reload in, 23 bullets to play with.
Oh, the smoke.
Brilliant. The only smoke that they managed to grab, and they use it defensively. And I say that rather to hold the bomb rather than the site.
Yeah, they've boosted one player over towards window as well. This will be very difficult now for Azza. Will he be aware of this? The smoke blocks his vision as well. Bomb's still there. 15 seconds remaining at this point. Looks like he's got almost no chance. He has got a smoke to work with here, but at this point, time is running very thin there. What a recovery.
To pinch them in on the ramp.
Waiting for that chance to strike here. Still with 3 smokes. Execution potential is there. Objective, get the bomb down and then see what can be done. Here we go then. Device, he'll call for rotations at this point. Spots the first player coming in, but the flashbangs are very good. The follow-up shot is even better. That's the first kill for 100 Thieves. Now the bomb's going to go down and Gratisfaction gets 2.
Huge play from Gratisfaction, because Zipix was still waiting out towards short. He was going to flank everyone, and he manages to catch him off, rotate around, and now they've got weapons to work with. Just Dupree remaining, and he is locked out. Bomb ticks away, and Dupree starts to pray. He's got one on Azza. Alias needs to be careful. So does Gratisfaction for that matter, but they're chasing. Everyone's gonna grenade was thrown his way. He puts his self-smoke down to walk wide side of it, and Device is going to peek. Headshot angle. Ooh, Zipix through the wall behind him at Scaff. Good read. I was gonna say good peek, but he just figured out exactly the angle and took the shot, found the kill. Glave's gonna do the same. Bomb down, needs to get ready to get the gun. Thought he could smoke himself off. Didn't expect someone else to be that close to the elevator position down below. And now Az is gonna try and rotate back. Just to note the elevator position, if you're rotating from the top to bottom, it actually is closer to B at the top, but closer to A at the bottom in the way that it connects to each respective site. So it's kind of a one-way rotation point.
Well, that's why Vertigo's so much fun. The CTs and the flanks always going to be a thorn in the side, but for now, 100 Thieves recovering. Still a 3 versus 3. They get the bomb and suddenly make their way towards the B bomb site here. Jacob to lead the way, but they've got to get through Dupree first. He's holding the B steps right now, and they're coming in his direction. Jacob, nice shot. That should be their cue to go. 40 seconds remaining, and they're fully committing towards B. One Desert Eagle waiting for them. That's Zipex. Nice smoke, can't hit the shot.
Shot from Zipix finds Lias. They're trying to respond again, Astralis. Bomb recovered, gets to the site. Device is going to be on the flank. Additional smoke down by Jacob. That'll make things more difficult. Catwalk naturally is the point of access, and he looks with his crosshair in that direction. That gives his position away. 2 eyes, 4 eyes, 2 sets of eyes look toward him, and he will have no access. The incendiary now down.
Yeah, he's got no kits, no armor, no further utility, and 63 HP. Looks like the round is done. 100 Thieves will fend off the flanks there. Jacob with 3 big kills. Dupree, he was the only one that could really save the round there for Astralis. Not going to happen. It's going to have to be the eco going forward now as we go 2-1. Device will save a UMP and potentially a deagle here as well. Will survive the blast, no problem. Looking for any rifles available whatsoever. Oh, you'll see a lot of that mid-aggression with the CT, sadly, as ready and waiting for it. Takes a bullet to the face, but luckily for him, it's only the UMP, so he'll get that first frag, no problem.
Device goes knocking in toward the dumpster. You can see the little nooks and crannies. It is a construction site, the unfinished walls that you can throw Molotovs through. That one toward the toolbox, rather crafty, if you want to try and wrap around the corner and clear the angle. That's exactly what Az has done. Watch the boost on mid-box. That's going to distract Az's aim, but he still keeps his composure, and Lias will come out to support him. He finds Device as well. It's not the first time we've seen someone in the teens on a Krieg find 2 kills today.
Nice. I was wondering when to get in there.
To be fair, it was stunned at 15 HP, not Frankie.
That's true.
I'll leave it there. I know he's feeling it right now.
5 versus 1. Zipex just the PG50 in hand at this point. 100 Thieves have confirmed the third round on the board. Zipex at this point looking to maybe just get one frag, pay off the debts of his PG50 here, and it's not going to happen. 100 Thieves looking quite comfortable so far, but the gun rounds will begin. Device can bring out the
Device very aggressive. It's because Glaive's got the other side of it, so CT is certainly taking advantage of short more. Glaive's got to be very careful. That's Smoke. A misstep, and he's off the map, but he's on the board. 2 to find. Gratisfaction, and as I go down, they try and work back up through the inside of scaffolding, knowing that he's wrapped around behind it. But he's comfortable to retrieve position by going all the way around sandbags and back inside of the site. Leah's and JKS, just to note, still down below, have Jacob ahead with Bomb. They've got to get toward him, otherwise, exactly that. Bomb is lost.
That was so clean from Glaive there. You can see there's a nice set piece from the CTs there, knowing they didn't have the fuse kits or the sniper rifles, getting aggressive at the start. Leah's will pull one back, go for the wallbang attempt as well. A little bit of damage there towards Glaive, but he's already found 3 kills. 4 versus 2 now, but that shot looks like it's possible for Liaz. Both team members now trying to make their way towards A still. Minute on the clock, bomb needs to be recovered, and it's in a pretty precarious position here. JKS will be working with Liaz. And it's getting a bit scrappy now for Astralis. They're still quite combative towards the A side, and they don't really have to be.
It's tough to contain all the angles, but you're right, they could be a little more passive. They can concede the bomb. Magisk is on the flank as well, so he knows they're not going back over toward B. I say that, I assume he's actually upstairs in the lobby. No, he is down below. That gives us the angle we need. Zipix peeking again, good timing. Bit of a risk if you get caught out by it, but Glaive knows for a counter Molotov. I didn't catch it that time if they intended to do so to try and create a gap by causing the smoke to bloom immediately. Because it might be one way to counter off the CTs using it.
Yeah, but I guess most CTs will actually throw the incendiary first, just to deny that, and then smoke on top of it once they've confirmed things. But this is a bit brawly now towards the A round. Once again, Astrali is trying to play heads-up Counter-Strike in that position, but the man advantage lies in favor of 100 Thieves now. Liad's waiting for a challenge from Zipex, but he's playing a bit of an off angle here, waiting for players to walk out towards middle. Krieg in hand, looking for a couple of taps. 1 minute on the clock now. In terms of utility, still 3 smokes for the CTs. As Gratisfaction showing presence towards A, but he's the only player on that side of the map for now.
So they'll take their time on the ramp. Device more passive. I'm astonished to see how much the CTs actually can use this position to their advantage. I thought it was going to work out to be a little more T-sided because it would overwhelm, but you can't get there. The timing is such as you get contained, but now he's isolated. Jacob will put him down. That's going to put the bomb on the site. Gratisfaction will self-boost on top of default.
I think that's
or
it.
Tri-box. What do you want to call that one?
Tri-box is good. We can go with that. But that's going to be the round for 100 Thieves there. Great work to get the man advantage. It was all down to that kill on the A side, but Jacob, he's looking very sharp today. Even on 20 HP, comes in, absolutely obliterates the CT defense, and at this point, it's up to Astrali to save the weapons. As we mentioned, even though they won the previous round, it was still closely contested. There are only 2 players surviving in the 4 versus 2, so their money is going to be a breaking point. They're going to save 1 M4 and a Krieg, but the round goes in favor of the T side here. All cuddling in the corner, making sure everyone survives at this point. Exactly.
Low HP for Jacob. He had to get as far away as possible. He's figured it out.
Zipex with the Krieg, aggressive towards middle. We said there'd be a lot of this, but Liad's once again ready and waiting. We'll get that first pick, no problem.
Yeah, clever little Molotov to try and hold him out of that position, but yet he heard the steps from Zipex to beat him and was ready for the fight. Device, that's risky. That Smoke's got a timer. He's got to be so careful in this position. Molotov's actually going to make it harder for them to get up into the ladder, but he goes on his own, needs to get away, as is the next in line, and that's a little too far, I think.
Certainly had a bit of a timer there. Smoke goes down, he gets 1 frag, but that's not going to be enough to win the round just yet. Still got those 2 rifles on the CT side and a couple of defuse kits as well. 1 flashbang remains, but so much time to work with here. 100 Thieves is going with a coordinated assault. Trade out shouldn't be any massive issue for them. They need to make sure they cover Glaive's position, though. They have got a Molotov for it, but back towards B they go. That looks things.
For me, B just needs 1 more point of access.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
It's the stairs, which are easy to block off, or you have to battle at mid.
Yeah, Squeaky Door used to be there, which was actually a nice balance, I thought, because you could actually backstab there, get some mid control, and mid was worth fighting for. Now, not so much.
Yeah. Yeah, if you win mid, you've got window, and you can still wrap on aircon, but you have to go much closer to the A side. Yeah. It's more open. catwalk and quad Molotov puts Dupree in an awkward situation, has to come out from behind. B try. The default position, bomb going down in that exact spot now. As Magisk at least gets one kill back. That brings it back to a 2-on-3 in the post plant in the retake situation. Krieg for him, carried over, but JKS has one of his own, and Glaive, I think, will save at this point in time. 1950 for him. It's going to be 5-2 for 100 Thieves.
Well, there we go. 3 players surviving, and Glaive indeed will have to save once more. He's got the Krieg making its way towards ladder. Not going to be many kills available to him. 100 Thieves looking very calm.
I'm not sure if Rushley's observing or not, but if he goes to quad right now, that is a perfect paint me like one of your friends girls moment.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. Well, there it is. Liaz will
fall
back.
He's going in the corner, behind the box, behind the box. No, yeah, look at him.
There it is.
Paint me like one of your French girls.
Wonderful. Yeah.
It's not bad, just chilling. Liaz is already working in from mid. He sits at the top of the elevator, just in case they push through the smoke. He wants an off angle. Glaive, meanwhile, is going to win out on Gratisfaction yet again. He's been very good, Glaive, on this A site.
Yeah, he's got an up front position as well, pushing towards scaffolding, baited in by Device. So orders hug in the corner. Device needs a bit more active though. Can't let them check this position. He's going one better than that. Does get one kill. I think they're going to overlook his position here. Lovely stuff from Glaive. He wants to get out of there ideally, but going for full control. 4 versus 2.
Just to note, oftentimes when a new map comes into the pool, the man who steps up first individually on a team is the in-game leader.
Yeah.
I think that speaks for itself. They're usually the ones scouting out the map, coming up with the strategy. Glaive seems like he's got timings, a few little clever tricks up his sleeve, obviously pushing down into that corner. Device steals the aggro. And Glaive does lead the way on 8 kills. Liaz equaling that so far for 100 Thieves.
What a tournament he's had. Really strong stuff from Liaz. Looked like one of the absolute best players on 100 Thieves. For now, though, 4 versus 2, 40 seconds remaining. Glaive has got A completely locked down at this point. Very difficult to retake the A ramp when he's got this sort of position. They don't actually have any utility either, so they might be better off going towards the B site. JKS still fancies it, though, but Glaive didn't spot him. JKS does sneak back towards ladder room now. They really are running out of time. 20 seconds coming up. Might have to go through the B window. I think that's the only play they can make.
Through the window. Dupree is ready for that. Don't forget, Magisk is also there. How could we?
He's hoping that funnels him towards the B side, and now he can actually be part of that situation. As Vegas will extinguish the flames, and now he has to be challenged, but down he goes. The window shot from Dupree doesn't connect.
I don't really think Magisk had any chance there.
No.
Molotov nade stack. He has to extinguish it. Did very well to do that quickly and not take too much damage from the flames. And then Duke can get the gun ready. They absolutely had his number, and Glaive is well gone now to as a Device. And off to Krieg. They talked about this yesterday, even in the 16-2 and 16-0 wins. If I'm not mistaken, it was Dupree that said it. They dropped ops on the CT side, 2 of them, in fact, on Dust 2, to grab Kriegs.
Yeah, pretty ridiculous.
So that seems to be what Device is going to do this time. Dupree will carry one of the ops for now. They don't have a ton of money. Usually, and I think he touched on this as well in the interview, you want to do that when you have a surplus of cash because then you just buy another op. Otherwise, you're throwing away a more expensive weapon and you don't have any replacement for it. You're pointing out something.
What is this boost coming in? That's actually pretty filthy.
Oh my
I've
God.
not seen that one before. I didn't even know this was possible. In the B side, looking towards middle. For anyone crossing towards A, it's not going to work out for now, but that shot will. Dupree, he lands the shot. It's going to go to a 4 versus 3 now, a chance. As he still holds strong, the flashbang successful. Though baits out a shot, gives him access. Device drops down, and the bomb will have to be planted. Azza scrambles towards the site. He's got cover from the smoke, and now the retake begins. 2 AWPs, 1 thrown away, of course, and still more boosts.
Just above the smoke, okay. Similar position, however. Device just using the jump to see if he can spot anyone inside of the smoke. Liaz outside on Cats, off angle to watch bomb, but more so over top of the try box when they arrive. Could get a lineup, a little bit slow, find the headshot. Now they know exactly where he is. 3 players to bait him out. He's got the first. Time still ticking. Device has the kit. He's in the fight. What do we call high density, high traffic area of the map. So Glaive into battle, but spotted out by Azza. He came back through the flames. Smoke goes down to extinguish the top side of the ladder room, and that gives a bit more movement to Magisk, who will sit back at the toolbox. No one inside B, just to note. And I think that's going to become common. CT's not really playing maybe more than 1 and a rotation, someone in window or someone in mid to
Once
hold
you
that site.
suggested presence on that side of the map, you drop utility, you've had a couple of players there, it's enough to buy you a few rounds. They may not even attempt to go towards B. It's such a tight choke point, as you mentioned. They've got that first pick again towards middle. They're finding great success in that part of the map, but can they close out this round? Once again, very slow after finding the pick and making their way towards A. I think just a classic execution there. A couple of smokes on the side, Molotov at the back. That would be enough to win the round, but they've got to be careful. Dupree waiting towards A short, looking for that quick pick and then fall back. You see Device boosted once again, this time in the back of A.
Very narrow spot for Dupree, but linear in both directions, and he's pre-scoping it with the AWP. 19 seconds. Xyp9x on the self boost. He's actually backed off it because of the smoke coming down. They're gonna try and use sniper tech. Instead, Dupree, he caught out Lias. Now we can look back. He knows they've already gone up the ramp. There's no one else to challenge. What a hold from Astrali, and we will tie the game at 5. You don't see this really at all. Flash has to try and run back. He can beat them on the angle, but just will get Lias. Thankfully, he was in position. That means Glaive can reset, in fact. Device over on A, not to be confused as to which side of the map we're now on, and he's got a scope in Krieg, not aware that Jacob actually got by and found another angle. It's Xyp9x that will drop the bomb. Magiska's rotated. Look how quick you can rotate on the CT side. Self-boost position up and over. A little sloppy on the delivery. JKS the shot in return. Xyp9x again drops the bomb, however, in the rounds.
It's working out for them. Opening picks aren't a problem. It's the finish towards the bomb site, so they're not really finding much success. Going to try to go towards B this time, even while Flash Dupree, he'll find the first as JKS going down. And Device, he can see a couple of players here. Great angle. Goes down in the end, but still with a 4 versus 3 advantage. And locked out by the smokes. Jacob will have to fall back and join his teammates. They've got the bomb near the T-spawn position.
You can see how difficult it is to try and be fast on B, even with that flash through the window. Dupree has the angle.
Yeah, that was crazy
just
fast.
get there. I was just looking at it and flying around, and the timing to come straight out of T-spawn and straight into the stairs would be too much T-bias, but there has to be a balance there. Jacob, it's traded immediately by Glaive as they get more and more aggressive on the ramp, taking more and more of the map away, and Azza, who was waiting down below the B steps the whole time, will finally start to take the site. Now, Dupree is going to be misled. That gap in the smoke, he thinks he had the information. Okay, he's smart enough to realize there's a chance he still could have snuck by, and as such, positions more passively inside of the site. This Molotov should reveal that they are going to be heading that direction. Time enough, they could still go back, but for now, the pressure applied. Incendiary comes out as Magisk gets in position, and Glaive's going to head underneath to try and pinch through them in from the stairwell. Missed shots from Dupree this time. We've talked about his secondary opping needs, going to soften them up. That gives Glaive a much better chance. Not even a bomb plant. His timing is exceptional.
They have got utility though, I'd assume some sort of execution coming through. Utility exchange towards the B position, and Maidis might be caught off here. Sees at a range though, doesn't work out. Opening pick this time with the CTs.
Magisk not behind the toolbox this time. Clever little smoke, because now Xyp9x is locked at lobby. And they have to back away from the angle. And I think you're right. I mean, this is a good smoke. They win the battle against Magisk this time, but now that you have to go through that sort of T-con in lobby towards CT spawn, it's too far.
It's too many angles to check there.
I think you open up almost right underneath of insulation. You could put a squeaky door there again, or just sort of an access point.
I don't know why you'd remove the squeaky door, to be honest. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. This is, well, I'm saying this, they can't see it, but this T-con wraparound CT spawn, that timing is too much. That single smoke to isolate that position and then an access point, and it's actually quite a good little strategy.
Yeah. Well, speaking of which, we have got an A finish here. Oh, Dupree going to be caught out. Surely he does nail the shot. Can he close things out with a 5-7? Not quite. This is looking good now. 100 Thieves with flashbangs that are very effective. Glaive, he's been fantastic so far in Vertigo, but he's going to have to go above and beyond at this stage. Free fires towards a jump spot. JKS going down, and Azza, he's low HP.
But he would be able to see the player that's boosted to Gratisfaction, but the smoke's going to make that much more difficult. He still spots their heads. Oh my goodness, I thought he was going to find that one on the Gratisfaction.
Yeah, he vaults up on the bomb side there. Fancy footwork from Gratisfaction does yield a bomb plant here. It's a big round, as you mentioned. The AWP on the retake. It's Glaive going down there once again, trying to flank through. And Xyp9x only with the Desert Eagle. They've got a UMP for Maidis. They might be better off to saving the weaponry at this point. The money is absolutely ruined, and Azza knows it. He's on the hunt right now, pushing his way towards elevators, and looks like the round is over. Lovely work from 100 Thieves this time. Gratisfaction boosted up there on the ledge, manages to make his way through the flashbangs, and sure, it was Device that got one, but he couldn't find a second. That was the linchpin of the round. If he nails that shot, it's absolutely theirs, but Grab up high manages to get two very important kills, and we'll find ourselves now going to the final round of the half. They have to save this orb. Oh, two of them, in fact. Device holding towards A short right now. Gratisfaction. Speculative shots, the wallbang coming through, but it's Device in position, taking down Jacob. Smokes off that position, now can focus towards the side, trying to push them up the ramp.
Also with the smoke. Closer and closer. Be amazing to pick up an 8th round for 100 Thieves. Be a catastrophe to lose it to pistols. Double peek. First pistol, first success. Xyp9x finds it from on top of this site, Dupree. He's missed a few on B. That's been an opportunity, and they've got to capitalize on it yet again. But watch window. There's a flank going the other way. Glaive spotted. JKS turned around just in time as Dupree still waits. Gun barrel to bait him out, and JKS finally peeks when the flames land at his feet. That will put him in, well, now, a 1-on-2. I thought maybe he could get the bomb and get away.
I like this a lot, so you can boost over this smoke and have a look, but Astrali are expecting it. No real shots landing just yet. Good flash.
Great flash. Liaz has been trying to hold this pillar position forever, and the flash means he can't peek. When he does, they're so close, yet still, he cannot find the kills. He gets one. That's good enough for Jacob. To get back into it, wow. Xyp9x has bailed, abandoned, and tried to run Device. He hears them going that direction. Look at them go. This is pursuit.
Oh, he's hiding in the corner. They could run past him here. They're not going to check this corner. Oh, they are. Okay, that's big. Had they overlooked that, Xyp9x could have got all
that would have been his biggest. Like, that would have been one of the best plays he's ever done, and he's done a number of smart plays.
I like that for under Thieves, knowing that the ace would be vulnerable at that point.
You know what? That was something. I just want to go back.
Looking to make their way towards A, but JKS aggressive towards the A ramp. You'll see a lot of this for under Thieves, and then in Renegades we saw them really challenge towards the A ramp each and every time. This time with the SMGs, and for Masses, they're going to have full control. The smoke's down. They've got the opening pick. A lot of damage inflicted. Jacob gets one through the smoke. That's Device going down. I don't think we'll be seeing any plants just yet. JKS looking to farm some cash now. He's got all the space he needs. The flashbang's very effective, and so are the shots. Something a little bit more active at the start, I would say.
Jacob to find the shot on a Glaive. Won't get it immediately on the first attempt, but the spray lands in the end, and that gives Device Dupree, though, a bit too much time to get up close and personal. Gratisfaction has to snap back out. He gets Dupree down, but just edge of the smoke. Small gap. That's going to fade out soon, so Azzo's going to have vision, but he doesn't have range on the MP9. Knows that Xyp9x is still getting close. Where did Device get that shot from?
Through the smoke.
Sandbag. Absolutely right. He's caught out getting too clever, though, as Liaz manages to spray him down in the one-on-one. Short, and it's going to be a man running back in the form of JKS. Gratisfaction stays out. Stays out, but he's spotted, and it's a very penetrable position, so he goes down immediately. Xyp9x with the kill. So mid-take, this is what we're talking about now. This doesn't have enough. That smoke's excellent to isolate sort of the lobby area, but you can't do anything with it other than go through the same window and the same access point toward the site. You can't wrap into the air conditioning room at all, and I think that's the biggest change that needs to be made.
Yeah, such a fascinating approach from Valve to remove the squeaky door, which I think was really a main characteristic of the map. The fact you could get mid-control and then backstab towards the B side. Now you can just go for the window position. That's about it. But for now, Astralis, 5 versus 3 essentially, with Jacob on 2 HP. Holding towards middle, waiting for rotations, but 25 seconds remaining. Will be a B finish, and that site's completely open, Matt. So it's a bit of a gamble stack for 100 Thieves right now. Glaive is causing a bit of a ruckus here. And they're going to plan. That's be round over. 100 Thieves won't challenge this at all.
Yeah, please challenge Glaive. Even that doesn't go well. So double digits first achieved by Astralis. Bomb goes down. Azza just trying to get spots to see who's going to be chasing for the weapons. Magisk, the closest of which. Xyp9x might actually get, okay, excuse me. X-ray misleading. I thought he was actually right in front, but he's on the other side. He just goes up on top of the sniper deck. Self-boost, you can go up across the slanted drywall slabs, I guess. Find the position, but yeah, Device JKS down. It's just Jacob, the man I thought with 2 HP would be the first to go. Bomb's going to detonate, but there's no time, not enough. Glaive's already on the ramp, or excuse me, the bridge down below. He's gone.
Well, they know exactly what Jacob is. He's only got 2 HP. He'll do very well to survive this one. They have got an HE there as well. Dupree just chucks him towards a forklift. The kill will be found. Pre-fire in the corner required. Oh, don't.
Clean access to the site. No one's going to be able to actually spot him until he's pretty much at the plant position. Not that he has the bomb, but he will back off a little bit because he was on his own, and finally the pistols will show face. Dupree, what's he up to? He's trying to get around behind all of them. I take it back. Okay, he's down below. I thought on the map he'd actually already rotated through the ladder, but he's down below at the bridge. Just to make sure if anyone drops down from short, they'll be ready to be taken care of. Meanwhile, bomb planted for Astralis now on top of A, and Magisk just having a shooting gallery. Knows exactly where Liaz is. No wraparounds. Trying not to lose any weapons in the process. Jumping Glock from Magisk. Okay, that's one way to do it.
Burst fire as well, I believe. So always going to work out when a player's got like 1 HP. As P250 looking to see if the bomb blast will give him the M4. He knows that's down on the site right now. That's his best bet at this point, I suppose. Glaive will just be grabbing the weapon zone, making sure nothing is sent in his direction. So Azza will still be aware. Let me see if the M4 still on the side itself. I can't see it for now, so I think he's out of luck here. There'll be no rifle picked up for Azza. He'll jump back into the site. Oh, there it is. He does find
on the catwalk at all. It's going to hit some poor pedestrian down on the street below.
That's like, really not ideal.
It's like the penny off the CN tower.
And that smoke would have blocked that kill.
You're absolutely right. And I think Az at that point identified that it wasn't there, but even still the opportunity never would have existed with or without the knowledge. So Device gets the opener to find at least one toward the 12th round for Astralis. Meanwhile, it's back over toward the A ramp. I think this is becoming common. You're seeing a bit of action on B, like you say, and then trying to make the CTs consider it. You go back to where you have the options, but JKS shuts that down immediately. Already up towards scaffolding and rotates back into the site. Smoke down, boost for the op. No, he's going to actually stay on the ground. This is going to be a close quarter shot when they arrive. He makes no mistake on it, takes down Magisk. Smoke will hold the other two at bay, but flashed off. He needs to keep his head down. He needs support from Jacob, who's going on to the self-boost, and it's back the other way again. This is actually kind of clever, because Device now has held B site, and just by the situation working the way it has, in the rotations, he's going to hold this, and they don't know he's here. Pillar to hold at the jump spot at Kangaroo. He'll take down the Australians. Only one. Liaz. The first gets traded out by Jacob. Bomb not denied.
No.
That's a problem because Dupree still has a chance. Look at the HP. Down the well.
I can't believe that. Yeah, how do you even get him out of this spot? Flashbangs is not really available. Zipex, that's a bit clumsy. He's got the bomb there. Down he goes first, and how do they recover at this point? JKS looks very confident. Doesn't land that shot, though. That's important.
Oh. Big kill from Device, because that was meant to be a set trade. They'll still manage it because JKS recovers and finds another, but that could have been very sloppy. That actually could have turned the round completely in favor of Astralis. Bomb still sits on the ramp, though, and JKM is very much watching it this time as Dupree is left alone and on B.
Yeah, this round's done, I'm afraid, with 35 seconds. He can't really make his way back towards the A round to get the bomb. You can see that was quite a clumsy round from Astralis in general. The fact the bomb swings out first, I can see what they're trying to do, trying to bait out the shot, but when the bomb goes down like that, your teammates are forced to try and trade out, try and present themselves, and they're not nailing the shots at all. That's a very tricky position to flush out. It doesn't seem like there's many flashes you can do. There's no Molotovs you can send in that way. You just have to try and face check it. Doesn't work out at all, and that's going to be 100 Thieves tying things up at 11-11 here. 3 players survive. Money's starting to get a bit problematic on the Astralis side as well here. Snow Device with 20 frags, but JKS starting to catch him up now. He's got 17. Jacob's had a great showing as well. 19 kills for him. The smoke as Dupree will go through the window from elevators. And Dupree, remember, the only player with a rifle this time, busts through the smoke, and Liaz will bust through his skull. But we're going to find ourselves in a 5 versus 4 very quickly. But Device will pull one back. It's a good shot of the Desert Eagle. Liaz very active here towards B, wants the second kill for them, but if he gets this one, the bomb goes down. Indeed he does. AK's recovered, M4 for Device as well. Still a chance in the round here as they get mid-control.
Just waiting for a head to show. Wishing and hoping that Device would push one into his favor, but not to be. Although it is to be for the play, as they still pursue toward the catwalk, pre-fire toward quad, no one peeking it, smoke covering the entrance point. Bomb still working in this direction as well. On the stairs in the hands of Zipic. No flank, just to note, from the CTs. Most times we've seen them try and take B either side. There's been someone hot on their heels. Glaive, most notably, in the first half. Magisk, slow and steady, wins the race. We'll find Azza. Liaz has to drop back, and he's got the Krieg. Gratisfaction, therefore, is going to try and get close with the M4. Bomb inevitably goes down at this point, but Gratisfaction does at least get Magisk. Low HP on Xyp9x, good hold. Patience pays off. Device has to cover all of them crossing from the same position. Just to note, there is 2 flashes. JKS, oh, good smoke.
Yeah, that should be it in itself. They can start the defuse here. Device, all he can really do is fire through and hopefully deny the defuse here. His aim is on, but Bullet's just not connecting. The bomb will be defused. Just needs to try and drop away now. Save the M4. $5,000. That was a partial
exist on those bags. Nice gap there. Oh,
there we go.
I thought he had the headshot. The Krieg scoped in on that sliver position. That would have been brilliant. It was enough to let them overwhelm Jacob, but here comes JKS back with the AWP. Back into the hole in the wall. Short for the long gun. Magisk will at least catch off Azza, and this is actually a decent play because that forces Gratisfaction to have to work back through lobby. Now we're going to see a flank onto A, and this hasn't even happened. This position hasn't been utilized at all for the T's all game, and now is the first time we might see it come to fruition.
Yeah, but 100 Thieves seem ready for it, though. But just waiting for the ideal time here, and he finds it. That's great. And JKS, once again, will have to be close range to the AWP. He's nailed shots here before, but this time dupreeh with the pre-fire takes him down. Bit of an assist there with Glaive on the flash. 3 versus 1. Liaz can't even think about going for this one. The bomb's going to be planted. He knows he might as well save the Krieg. It's very powerful on the CT side. That's a great play from Astralis there. Overwhelming the flashbangs, getting the CTs out of position.
Yeah, Magisk wins that round. Just coming up mid-late, just on a whim, thought maybe I can get there. And you're right, the timing was perfect because they were staring at him. They were ready for it. Still peaked it, but he made good on it.
But he was waiting for his teammates just to show a bit of aggro towards the A ramp. Maybe get the CDs to doubt themselves towards the elevated position. And just when they started to rotate there, Gratisfaction goes to check middle. Magisk ready and waiting, takes him down. And JKS, he knew he was going to get pinned, but he was trying to take one down with him before they would make their way towards the waiting for his opportunity. Smoke goes down. Jacobs towards scaffolding, and if JKS swings out, Device will surely find him. Flashbang comes through, that will push them back even further. That confirms it. They'll make their way through.
Fantastic shot to follow up by JKS. Glaive, hang on though. I was going to say is in a terrible position, but it turns out it actually isn't so bad because they didn't know he was there. Unfortunately, he couldn't turn fast enough to find Gratisfaction before he was around the corner. And meanwhile though, dupreeh, well, his body will go all the way down, but he at least got one before suffering that fate, and that gives Magisk a slightly better chance, and now a 1-on-2, still with 100 HP to note.
Yeah, but only 20 seconds. That's the main problem here, and the bomb's in a very precarious spot. Gratisfaction should be able to tie things up here. Nothing too flashy required, and surely it will take... Oh, no! Okay.
Run it. Oh, I
don't know why. Slow down the pace. Flashbangs on either side. JKS once again nails that first shot.
100 Thieves showing why they picked Vertigo. Maybe the curveball, that's what they needed. And it's a big risk to pick this map. Best of 5, you go down 1-0 on your map choice against Astralis that's been flawless. But maybe it is exactly what they needed to get that momentum, to steal one away and make sure that Astralis don't get running like they did against FaZe. They're running in this round at least. Device, Glaive, opening kills, and as a result, they no longer have that control of the ramp. JKS is found on the site. Glaive's not done there. He pushes through, and another toward the lobby as Liaz has to back away.
That's insane from Glaive. The confidence he has there with 2 HP as well. That was pretty remarkable. A brawl of a round there. JKS couldn't connect the dots, and it'll be Liaz to save the weapon. This is an expensive round for them as well. You can see they're fully invested into it. Saving 1 M4 this time, not the Krieg. And Astralis have plenty of resources. They're going to save 4 rifles here, but they don't need to hunt. Their money's not great either. Xyp9x will be checking out the close quarter areas. In terms of Liaz's position right now, currently sat in T-spawn. Much faster approach there. I like that from Astralis. Don't let JKS get set up. Don't let him have full control of the A side of AWP. Sure, he might get 1 kill at the start, but you're going to trade him out if you send 4 players quickly up towards that position. And there we have it. We're all tied up once again. Back, have to try and get the opening pick here if possible.
Device, he's staring at the wall. Lucky that no one came over top of the corner. JKS certainly playing that ledge, is going to check it the second time, knowing that the smokes were deep. And he gets the shot. Gratisfaction was tagged to 45. That smoke gone, and they nearly got caught out doubly so as Xyp9x came around the corner with a Krieg in hand. There's a Krieg, though, for Grat, and he gets back to Sandbags. Fair play on the peak from the top, and Azza sees at 75. Traded evenly so far, but they're going to head back across the bridge. And Liaz is aware of that possibility, heads over toward toolbox in mid. Probably wants to jump in the window at this point in time, but doesn't want to risk making noise either.
Yeah, this is a difficult one. They've lost information as to where Astralis are heading. Up towards the B steps they go. They still have 2 smokes, Molotovs as well. It's very tense here. You can see Kassad looking over the shoulder of Liaz right now, trying to work out if this flank's going to be successful. He's in T-spawn right now, but still quite a distance away from the B site. And same story for Azad. They'll have to keep pushing here as the bomb will be planted. Glaive confirms the quad is clear. So what kind of plan will they go for? Need to be aware that the B-step flank could come through. That's why he'll drop the smoke. Good stuff here from Glaive.
Yeah, Glaive's got the timings figured out. He certainly knows and is aware of the way people want to play this map.
So have they pushed all the way to CT spawn here? If Majors has that position covered, Glaive can really focus towards the B-steps position. He's a quad right now. And this is everything.
This is confirmed. Astralis is definitely one step ahead in this situation. Liaz was stuck in middle, just as we've talked about the T's were stuck and segregated from B. He had to go the long way around. Still, though, he finds the kill on a Glaive Magisk. He turns and responds, 43 HP. Azza's got the advantage, smoking a kit, taps it the first time. That's gonna pull Magisk out. Azza now knows exactly where he is. No smoke into place yet. He wants to take the fight instead. He will, but time is gone, and Astralis. A few rounds ago, I was saying 100 Thieves looking good on their gamble, but Astralis have other ideas and potential to get map point now. Jacob getting through. JKS the chance to push in, but they've lost the creek. He was only good for one device. He found the other.
Oh no!
Liaz, though, has turned it. He's got 2 on a USP, and now he has a creek of his own. They're trying to run the bomb to B. Oh! He's going to catch them off. What a tournament he's having. It could be a 14-14 game as device goes all the way back through spawn to grab and recover the C4. And he's going to head toward middle as well. I suspect he's going to go mid to A.
That's everything. Remember, they lost all their players in the previous round. Astralis now, their money will be broken. 100 Thieves should have this one in the bag. Liaz saves the day. A little bit too aggressive there. Stepping towards city spawn, Glaive thought he found a point of access there, but he finds a crossfire instead. And now with 35 seconds remaining, device with an impossible scenario here. How does he even get close to the bomb?
He goes A. It's the only option he's got. And Gratisfaction up above. Is he making noise? I think Device has potentially heard a step because he's looked there, spots him. Grat now tries to run back, but Device gets him. Now he's got the round potentially in his hands, within his grasp. No armor for Liaz. Keep that in mind. He's the one that started this off. 3 kills. Azza's on 42, but has a kit to work with as well as a Molotov and a smoke. Liaz has just picked up a flash on his way across the map, and Device might catch them out. He could rotate around behind him. Does he have the goal to go that far? Because it's a long way to rotate. I don't think he dare get that far removed from the bomb, but now he is. You can self-boost off the slanted drywalls to the sniper's nest, but they're not touching the bomb yet. There's only 7 seconds on that Molotov. Device can still re-peek this. Liaz knows it, but Device this time needs the lineup. He missed it last time, he missed it this time as well. Both times 100 Thieves will get defuses inside so smoke. He can see above the smoke just to get some information. The smoke now gone as well. A bit more pressure on B now from Astralis, certainly changing things up. The later stages of this half, there's been a lot more B action than the rest of the game combined. Liaz, good hold, though, catches one to quad. That's information he can relay to Jacob, but Jacob's smoked off. Cat's completely blinded, and he can't see anything as Liaz goes down. Jacob has no chance to respond. He's still going to slide in late, though, and perhaps he's overlooked because of how quiet he was.
What a shot.
He's not now. Loud and proud as he takes down Dupree. Glaive will fall off the angle.
No kits right now, Matt. At 3 versus 3, it's pretty even, actually. Jacob's on the bomb.
They're going to boot. Oh, I thought they were going to boost in the backside, but the smoke down, there's a gap.
Oh, we can see everything.
Glaive looks in. Jacob hasn't crossed it yet. He's not going to get to either. Magisk takes advantage of the gap. JK has to respond on a 1. Gratisfaction to hold it. Off needs to hit. Another defuse. No, he's off.
Oh,
Glaive got him that time. Glaive's going to close it out.
Happen, but this is looking so unlikely for them. First orb shot connects. Azad down to 57. Now Astralis just need to be careful here. They don't need to overcommit. No panic required at all. Just hold your position. You've got such an advantage here, even more so now. But JK has to go down first. Zipex confirms the first frag. That's at the A ramp. And that's a big scalp to take, Matt. He's got 25 kills to his name. So now they can put the brakes on. Wait for the reaction, bleed out their utility.
Astralis has identified that the set smoke that they're throwing from spawn to land at the bottom of the ramp goes so deep that there's a gap above it. Something that might want to be looked at from Renegades, because that is exactly how they find the first kill. And you could see Zipex using it last time too to hold the position, to hold the angle. And make sure that 100 Thieves couldn't win out duels, which in the first part of this half, they were winning without effort, it seemed.
Yeah. 1 minute remaining. No kits, no rifles, and a 5 versus 4. Astralis with the majority of their grenades here. CZ jumping for information towards B. Still 50 seconds on the clock. Liaison's trying to hold onto that smoke as long as possible, but a damage inflicted towards Grap. Device makes his way up the ramp here, but he needs to be careful of the scaffold position.
Satisfaction above, no chance. Through the nade, he was spotted. Jacob down to the same man as Zipix gets 2, and Device already pushing forward. Here's the rotation coming in, just one left.